Just as if the battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Just as if the battle of Jericho, and the walls come tumbling down.
The Boston Public Quartet performed at the Forbes House Museum in Milton ahead of a reading of one of Frederick Douglass's most iconic speeches.
In the name of the Constitution.
We are hosting Reading Frederick Douglass Together, which is a community reading of his speech, What to the Slave is the 4th of July. It's in partnership with Courageous Conversations Toward Racial Justice. We've been doing this since 2019. Not always in person, so we're delighted to be back in person. There's different versions of the speech. The one we picked is slightly abridged. It runs about 35 minutes. Each person, as they sign in, they get assigned one of the paragraphs, and we have a very efficient system that just keeps the whole reading moving nicely along.
So this is the fourth time that Courageous Conversations has partnered with Forbes House Museum to do the reading of Frederick Douglass's What to the Slave is the 4th of July speech, which is a very moving oratory. He's such a powerful speaker, and his words are just so profound and meaningful, and not only back in in the 1840s, but it's some of the words and the sentiments still ring true today. So it's really powerful to come together to do it as a community.
Some of the readers included members of the South Shore's Beacon Hill delegation.
I have the privilege of working every day under words that Frederick Douglass uttered in the Senate chamber, that I, as a member, along with my colleagues, voted to inscribe in the walls of the state Senate when the chamber was renovated back between 2017 and 2019. Obviously a patriot, a great American. Today is a day to celebrate our great country and obviously celebrate equality and unity and togetherness for our great nation.
Quite honestly, it's very moving when we think about the context of this speech in which Frederick Douglass delivered it. He was juxtaposing the freedom and the fight for liberation that the founding fathers did for this nation to the freedom and liberation for both black people and women that needed to happen in this country. And then when we think about the injustices and the inequities that we're still facing today, it really is powerful.
Former State Representative Byron Rushing served as Master of Ceremonies.
I really enjoy the opportunity when I can to introduce the reading of What to the Slave is the 4th of July speech. And I think that, that it's becoming more and more popular to do. And I think people really appreciate hearing all the words by saying all the words and hearing other people say all the words. I think it gives them a different context to focus on what is a very long speech. And I think that the most important thing is to have people understand what the struggle was for abolition in this country, but also understand the call for everybody in the United States to be united on the whole movement to end the vestiges of slavery in the United States, like racism.
When from the galling chains set free, the oppressed shall wildly bend the knee, and wear the yoke of tyranny like boots no more.
Well, tonight's event at the Forbes House Museum has come to a close, but the museum has a Frederick Douglass exhibit on display until the 14th of July. To learn more about the Forbes House Museum, go to their website, forbeshousemuseum.org. Reporting from the Forbes House Museum in Milton, Dan McCready, WATD News.